Oh yeah, it was no joke. It was no joke. When they were with Motown and they got to deal with Motown, Joe Jackson wasn't in the music business. You know, he was managing his sons. So he didn't have a lot of clout. So when Gordy got there, all he knew was the grind he got to get them where they were. You know, they had the kids were vouched for, not Joe, just the kids themselves, the band. But you wasn't finna get them. He didn't care who you was. He's from Indiana. You know, he's Midwest. He's old school pops. He don't play. He had them kids performing in places where they had age restrictions. He didn't have to go and put pistols out on concert promoters to get their money. You know, these doggone promoters at the door, you ain't got Joe Jackson money. The pistol will be shown to let you know he ain't playing. I mean, it was been plenty of times Joe Jackson had the up strap. Now, they can say what they want about him being a father, but he was a tough manager. You were not going to get anybody to help manage you better than Joe Jackson, because Joe wasn't going to take nothing that they were offering. He was going to demand something even when he didn't even have a pot to pee in. I mean, he was a tough negotiator. I mean, when they got the Motown, he kept squeezing Motown every time for more money and budget, and we need this. Michael said he need that. Why he ain't got it? Our album did this much. We should be getting this. We should be getting that. So man, I mean, Joe Jackson was squeezing so hard that they tried their own practices when they saw that it was conflict the way he was running things. They tried the old pull them to the side, pamper them, spoil them with gifts to show them that they're the nice guy and Joe is the bad guy, you know. And then they like, man, looking up to Barry Gordy, he taking them to their house, letting them ride in his cars, and oh, you like the car? Go and ride it. They thanks, Mr. Gordy. Like we like him. Man, Joe Jackson had to go over there when he told him, man, y'all coming home. No, we ain't. We staying over here at Barry. Oh no, you ain't. I said, bring your butt home. Now these some grown men, but they know better than to cross Joe Jackson. That's their pops. Pops came over there and allegedly upstrap on Mr. Gordy. Let him know, look, ain't your daddy, boy. I'm your daddy. Get your butt in the car. Joe Jackson is in his 80s right now, still going strong. And Joe Jackson is in Detroit right now. He's teamed up with some powerful people, man. Him, Don King, and a couple other guys. They got this Saudi Arabia guy from Dubai. They got their little record company. They promoting these shows over there, whether it's rap or R&B. They getting all kind of sports promotions. They all around management. Joe Jackson is still on the scene, making things happen. They was trying to get the Mayweather Pacquiao fight together. Well, Barry Gordy has never really had to check Joe, but once he had to stand his ground. And I think Joe gave him his respect then because he had to let Joe know, like, Joe, I don't have to have guns to threaten people. You see everybody in this building, they work for me. I'm Barry Gordy. I used to be you. Now I'm not. I could smile now. I could do this, but believe me, if I need to go back, you ain't the animal that I was. So Barry had to let him know, like, look, you think you this tough guy. I'm letting you do that because you're the father of these boys, and that's good. You need to be that. But I'm Barry Gordy. You'll be back in that Indiana meal house at best. You keep messing with Barry Gordy. Now, your son want to marry my daughter, and that's just it. It ain't my choice. I didn't tell him to do it. I didn't tell my daughter to hook up with your son. Your son wanted to defy you and do it. It's his decision, but you ain't finna come in here and forcibly take nobody about my place. Nah, I'm very good. And Joe had to respect that. And he had to turn his attention to Jermaine. Like, boy, you done messed up. So that's how things were back in those days. See, things were resolved a lot differently. Michael has never lost respect for his father because he fears his father. He always feared Joe. Joe was always the protector, was gonna be there for him. He did pops. Anybody who had a pops like this could recognize. There ain't too many pops like that left, like them James Evans pops. That was Joe Jackson. He ain't take no mess. Now, Barry Gordy was the loving guy, and he was more easier for them to go by. He was more of a father. Joe was like, look, we got dates, we got concerts, we need rehearsal time, we need practice. So that's just how things worked back then. Joe Jackson was a whole different type of individual. People just got to come to terms with that. Times was different. But Barry Gordy wasn't trying to take Michael from him. That was just really the appearance. Because even if, let's say, if he was, when he didn't have Michael with him no more, Michael became his own boss. Michael went to CBS. And Joe Jackson, that was the smartest deal he ever did, was take Michael over to CBS and the Jacksons. And Jermaine stayed with Motown. But when they split with Motown and they took the CBS deal, it was the best thing for them. They got more out of that deal than they ever did with Motown, and it put them in a position where they can create their own thing, their own videos, their own thing. You would have never saw Thriller the way it was with Motown. You would have never saw all of these different ranges of the things like with Michael. Michael wouldn't have been able to express himself the way he wanted to with Motown. With CBS, who was all about film, all about television and features, Michael videos became stories. So when you saw them, they were like action movies, like Beat It. You could see that they were like themes. So when you see Beat It, the video, the song goes with the video totally, the whole story. So you like the song more, you can gravitate to it more. Then you got songs like Billie Jean, the look of it. Even the first videos Michael had that came out on the first album. At the time, that was revolutionary with all that glitter and don't stop till you get enough or you spinning around. You wouldn't have probably saw that with Motown. But CBS was always willing to make a risk and take a risk and let Michael be creative. And with that platform, it was the best thing for him. So Barry Gordy, knowing that they went to CBS, always stayed in contact with Michael, always hugged him when he seen him, and treated him the same way he did when he first met him. He genuinely loved Michael Jackson. Genuinely. Barry Gordy has always looked at Michael Jackson as if he was something special. Even though he wasn't making a dime off Michael anymore, it didn't even matter. So that's all. I'm out.